Like all bearings, bottom brackets wear over time. If you've noticed your pedal stroke becoming reminiscent of a coffee grinder, or there's play in the cranks, it might be time to replace the bottom bracket. In this video, we're using a Shimano Holotech bottom bracket, but the procedure is the same as with an FSA Mega Exo or similar systems. Many of the principles are the same for other bottom bracket types too, but we'd recommend you check the manufacturer's instructions before getting started. You're going to need hex keys, a bottom bracket removal tool, grease, paper cloth, degreaser, and a bucket or oil tray. Undo the pinch bolts on the left crank using a hex key. Remove the plastic preload cap from the left-hand crank with the plastic part of the bottom bracket removal tool. You should now be able to remove the crank from the axle. You can now use the palm of your hand to partially tap out the axle and right-hand crank from the bottom bracket. Remove the chain from the chainring. Carefully rest it on the bearing cup, then fully remove the drive side crank and chainrings. It's a good idea to place a bucket or oil tray under the bike at this point, as bottom brackets often attract water and dirt that would otherwise find its way onto your workshop floor. Use the bottom bracket tool to loosen the bearing cup. Be aware that this is a left-hand thread. When it comes loose, you can continue to wind by hand. Take note of any washers or spacers, as you will need to reinstall them later. Repeat on the left side in an anti-clockwise direction. It's more than likely that your frame's bottom bracket shell will contain grease, mud, and/or water, so you'll want to give it a thorough clean before fitting new parts. When the threads are clean, you are ready to fit the new bottom bracket. Once you've established the right and left parts of the bottom bracket by observing the left and right markings on the outside, you're ready to fit. Apply a generous amount of grease to the bottom bracket shell. Take the right-hand part of the bottom bracket and insert the plastic cartridge, and screw in the right-hand side. Repeat on the other side, before using the bottom bracket tool to tighten both sides, just until the thread offers resistance. Insert the drive side crank through the bottom bracket, not forgetting to pass it through the chain first. Hold the frame and give the crank a tap with your palm. Don't use a hammer, it's not needed and will stress the bearings. Return the non-drive side crank to the axle. Return the plastic preload cap to the thread and wind in by hand, finishing off with the bottom bracket tool. This should now have taken out the slack between the cranks and they should be firmly in place. Finally, tighten and torque the bolts on the crank. These need to be tightened as a pair, so wind one until it becomes tight, then repeat with the other. If you have a torque tool, tighten to 10 Newton meters both sides, then 12, 14, and so on until you reach the stated torque. Your bike should now be ready to test ride in a safe, car-free area. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the rest of the channel. Let us know what you want more of on your BikeRadar in the comment section below.